Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today's short little episode, we are going to show you sort of the first place I found to get amber in mass quickly and sort of easily. I say easily. Um, you're not going to need this for quite a bit, so it's not something I would say go after immediately. But if you are looking for amber, if you're on, say, Amber Alert, that joke was in bad taste. This is sort of a quick way to find it, um, and I will show you. So we are at the Springlands Fast Travel Ancient Spire. That is the first one you undo. The first Ancient Spire you reignite from the Cinder Vault in your first home. And we are going to essentially go to this place here, which is Lone Thistle. Now, this has a secondary fringe benefit, but Lone Thistle also happens to be the location of the alchemist's, one of the first alchemist tools. I want to say it is his neti pot, or whatever he called it. I don't know, it's not a neti pot, but you understand. So, from the spire, we are going to travel. Essentially, we want to do northeast-ish. We're going to try to avoid going to the Hill Scavengers. I obviously have some shrines placed for various things, so you're not going to have those. But from up here, you want to kind of aim for, well, that rock face directly ahead of us, northeast. So we're going to do that. We're going to hop off. It's always recommended to travel in day, right? Amber's used for a couple things. I believe it's used in some recipes for like flame arrows or something of that nature. I know it's used to craft fire spells as well as the eternal fire spell. So those things are very important, especially if you have recently become a mage like Jimmy Chips here. They're not so important if you don't use those things in any shape or form. Obviously, scrap metal is a useful material to have too, so crossing through essentially two encampments where there are scavengers is a great source for scrap metal. So, if you are looking for the alchemist's thing and amber, well, this is a very good place for you to go. And let's kind of check. We'll stop here while we're safe. Let our stamina recoup. We're pretty good, so we've landed in this clearing right here, northeast from the spire, and we're going to travel upwards, and we are going to get to Lone Thistle. So, if you notice these roads, these things are spectacular to have. There's some perks that you can get that make traveling on roads even better for you. But just in general, traveling on roads, it reduces your stamina usage by like, I don't know, 30-40%, something like that. Now, getting this amber is not without danger. Obviously, there's wolves and things that might want to howl at you and try to bite your face off, and that's okay. You're on their territory, so really, they deserve to bite your face off, maybe. Obviously, some mushrooms and stuff. This also might be the first instance where you start to see strawberries spawn en masse, but I could be mistaken because I'm still seeing blueberries. So, that is okay. Strawberries are the better blueberry, ultimately. Although blueberries can be dried, strawberries cannot be dried, so who's really better? So, what we do here now, there's a flame shrine up here, and to get to that, ideally you would go to the Balthazar, the alchemist's house. You would go to his place, and he will say, "Oh, I tried to glide today," and blah blah blah, and he like kind of gives you this path to walk for gliding. So you're gonna want to dive down into the shroud, potions if you want, or just make sure you're rested, or keep your eye on the clock. That's important. But essentially, you're gonna hug this southern wall when you're going, and this tower right here is where you're going to find the alchemist set his first tool. That's where he's at, his neti pot. And lo and behold, it's also where you're going to find some amber. Now, if you don't have double jump, you can absolutely carve yourself a little step, get that amber, and kind of make your way up. Give yourself an escape path out of the shroud. And why I say out of the shroud is because if you get up here, and I'm intentionally not using my double jump, but if you get up here and you go to the front door of Balthazar's old house, you can very easily walk over here and get out of the shroud just directly at his doorstep. And that's very useful. And in here is where you'll find his thing. There are also some shroud sack flowers that will try to shoot you sometimes, depending on where they spawn. So be leery of that. But I like to come down through there. I walk up this path, and you can see where we're at on the map now. This is I marked this just for our spacing, but basically in this little crook right here is where the amber is. And I like to kind of work. Oh, and I double jumped when I said I wasn't going to. I like to kind of work from the top down. That way you're just kind of getting it all, and you can kind of leave yourself that stair-step path to the top. So while you're mining this amber, you know, slaving away at the amber mine, you can very easily get out and head to go refill your shroud timer. And that, oh, I'm getting shot by somebody with an arrow. Where? I don't see where though. So we're gonna ignore that guy shooting me in the face right now, just for the purpose of this video. Man, he is really persistent. Where is he, you think? Ah, I see you. A little communist. Ooh, he's level 11. So, and that's something to note. These guys here, and that's actually not him. He's right, I think right there. Yeah, that's him. So these guys are level 11, so that's something to kind of consider when you're trying to mine this stuff. Maybe mind your P's and Q's, verify that you've tracked everywhere. But yeah, that's it. This is where you're going to find your amber. I don't believe that it has a requirement with regards to the level of pickaxe you use. I will say high level pickaxes mine faster and maybe are more efficient. I don't know the exact equation there. But you can very easily get some amber, and if you, as long as you don't have a flame shrine or a flame altar anywhere near here, that's going to respawn every time you come back into the game, so you can kind of get multiple sets of amber. I believe you need 40 for the first spell, and then amber in, I think, 2s to get the flame shrine. And we can actually go look that up. So let's just go ahead and pop back home. Got a little bit of amber. Take a look-ski real quick. And my dog says hello, Atticus. He's a lover of amber himself. So if we come talk to Balthazar real quick, and we look at the fireball. Oh, he doesn't actually use amber. Fireball 2 uses amber, but 5 per 20 spells. So that's one of the things you need it for if you want to use fireball level 2 and stuff. So that is kind of, that's it. That's the quickest way, or the earliest way I've seen to get amber. I know there are other locations. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Again, we'll be using our fancy Charlie Shankles deposit trick because I have amber here. I can hit R, Shift R, and transfer everything over here. For the rock, Shift R, transfer everything over. Bada boom, bada bing. Inventory is empty. All is good. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first place I've seen amber, and I think one of the easiest places to get access to without delving into much more dangerous areas. If you found this helpful, and hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, tell me how helpful it was or wasn't. Tell me it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. Hit the bell button so you don't miss another video. And as always, myself and Shark Gaming will be back. I believe we're going to be hitting every Wednesday now. So every Wednesday you'll get to see another video by us. And we're going to continue squirreling about and hopefully getting further along in this game. Oh, and one other note, we started Season 2. I started Season 2 with the drop of the Hollowed Halls, so you will be seeing that coming up, or the change will be coming up. So with that, everybody have a great evening, and I will catch you later, taters.